Right, getting ready for a Pulp Control Operator interview. We're going to do a deep dive into RoleCatcher's resources and help you nail it. We've got career guides, we've got sample interview questions, even a look into how they use AI to really give you an edge.
Yeah, it's like having a personalized coach in your corner,
Yeah,
guiding you through each step of the process.
exactly. But first, let's paint a picture. What does a Pulp Control Operator actually do? Imagine, like you're in the heart of a bustling paper mill, surrounded by massive machines, everything's humming with energy. You're the one orchestrating it all, transforming those raw materials, wood chips, recycled paper florent, into usable pulp.
It's a role that really blends like that technical expertise with that hands-on approach. You're not just
Yeah.
pushing buttons, right? You're monitoring that entire process. You're making adjustments, troubleshooting issues, and you're ensuring that the final product meets those, really strict quality standards.
Yeah, it's crucial in the paper manufacturing industry, and
Yeah.
it's becoming even more important as the industry shifts towards sustainability. Okay, let's dive into those interview questions. RoleCatcher gave us 9 common ones. We're going to break down each one, give you actionable tips, and really some insight into what the interviewer is really looking for.
Yeah, remember, these questions are designed to assess, not just your technical knowledge, but your problem-solving skills, your ability to work under pressure, and just your overall fit for the company culture.
Yeah, so question number 1, and this one kind of sets the tone for the whole interview. What inspired you to pursue a career as a pulp control operator?
Yeah, they want to gauge your genuine interest in the field, right? What sparked your passion? Why this specific line of work?
So it's not enough to just say, I need a job.
Definitely not. This is your chance to really showcase your enthusiasm, show your knowledge of the industry and what motivates you. Think back to what initially drew you in, right? Was it a fascination with the whole manufacturing process, maybe a desire to work with like cutting edge technology, or even that commitment to sustainability?
Yeah, or maybe you just always love the idea of turning raw materials into something tangible, useful.
Exactly. Connect those dots between your personal interests and the role itself. Don't be afraid to mention, relevant experiences or skills that you've gained that have just solidified your decision.
Now, a likely follow-up that they might ask is, what do you know about our company's specific approach to pulp production?
Yeah, this is where your research really comes in, right? Before the interview, spend some time on their website, read some industry articles, get a feel for, their values, their production methods, what sets them apart in the market.
Yeah, it shows that you've taken that initiative to learn
Yeah.
about their operations and that you're genuinely interested in being a part of their team. Okay, moving on to question 2. How do you ensure that the pulp quality meets the required standards?
All right, here they're digging into your technical expertise, right? They want to know that you understand the importance of quality control and that you have that systematic approach to maintaining it.
So don't just say, I make sure it's good.
Right. Describe the specific techniques or tools that you use to monitor and control that pulp quality. Do you use statistical process control? Do you conduct regular quality checks? Do you use specific software for analysis?
Yeah, and be prepared to give some concrete examples. Maybe you implemented a new testing procedure that reduced defects, or you identified a recurring quality issue and you took steps to resolve it.
Exactly. Showing that you have that proactive, detail-oriented approach to quality control is going to impress them. And a potential follow-up they might ask is, can you describe a situation where you identified a quality issue and the steps you took to resolve it? So be ready to walk them through that problem-solving process.
All right, question 3. How do you handle equipment malfunctions or breakdowns during a production run?
This question is all about your problem-solving abilities under pressure. Equipment malfunctions, they're inevitable in any manufacturing environment. They want to know that you can handle it calmly and effectively.
So walk them through your process, right? How would you identifying the problem, troubleshooting potential causes,
Yeah,
and implementing a solution?
exactly. Do you start by checking the control panel? Do you inspect the machinery for any, visible damage? Or do you consult the equipment manuals?
Do you have any go-to troubleshooting techniques that have helped you in the past?
Share those experiences. And if you have any training, any experience in equipment maintenance and repair, definitely highlight that as well.
Yeah, and remember, they're not just looking for the technical skills, right? They're looking for somebody who can stay calm under pressure, someone who can communicate effectively with a team and find solutions quickly to minimize downtime.
Right. A likely follow-up question could be, tell me about a time you had to think outside the box to fix a really critical piece of equipment. So it's your chance to show off your resourcefulness, your ability to come up with creative solutions when, the stakes are high.
Okay, question 4 is all about staying ahead of the curve. How do you stay up to date with the latest industry trends and technologies?
Yeah, this is key, especially in industry like pulp and paper, which is constantly evolving with new technologies and sustainability initiatives. They want to see that you're committed to continuous learning and professional development.
So it's not enough to just say, I read stuff online.
No, definitely not. Be specific. Do you subscribe to, industry publications like Pulp and Paper International or Paper 360? Do you attend conferences, workshops?
Are you active in any professional organizations? Like TPI, the Technical Association of the Pulp and Paper Industry.
Mention those. And be prepared to discuss, a specific industry advancement that has caught your attention. Maybe a new pulping technology, a breakthrough in sustainable paper production, or a trend towards automation.
Right, and a potential follow-up they might ask is, what's a recent industry advancement that has particularly caught your attention and why?
It's your chance to show that you're not just aware of the trends, but you're also thinking critically about their impact on the industry and how they might influence your role as a pulp control operator.
Now let's kind of shift gears a bit to question 5. How do you prioritize and manage your workload when dealing with multiple production runs?
All right, this is all about your organizational and time management skills, right? Which are essential in a fast-paced, dynamic production environment. They want to see that you can juggle multiple tasks without, dropping the ball.
So share your system. Do you use a specific scheduling technique? Project management software? A prioritized to-do list?
Right, and make sure to back it up with some concrete examples from your past experience. Maybe you had to manage multiple production runs simultaneously while also dealing with an unexpected equipment issue.
Yeah, how did you prioritize tasks, allocate resources, and just ensure that everything was completed on time to the required standard?
Yeah, a possible follow-up question might be, describe a time when you faced conflicting deadlines and how you ensured all those tasks were completed on time. Be ready to walk them through your process and show your ability to handle pressure and prioritize effectively.
Okay, question 6 takes us into a bit more of a situational scenario here. Can you describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision related to pulp control?
All right, this one's designed to assess your decision-making skills and your ability to think critically under pressure. They want to see that you can weigh different options, consider potential consequences, and just make a sound judgment even when things get tough.
Yeah, so choose a real-life example from your experience where you faced a tough decision. Maybe it involved a quality control issue or a production delay or a safety concern.
Right. What were the key factors that you considered? What process did you use to make that decision? And what was the outcome?
Yeah, they want to see that you can not only make those decisions, but that you can also articulate your reasoning and that you learn from your experiences.
Exactly. And a potential follow-up could be, knowing what you know now, would you have made the same decision? If not, what would you have done differently? So be ready to, reflect on your experience and show your capacity for growth and self-awareness.
Okay, we're on to question 7, and this one's crucial in any industrial setting. How do you ensure that the pulp control process complies with safety regulations?
Yeah, safety is paramount in, a paper mill environment. And they want to see that you understand the importance of those safety regulations and that you have a proactive approach to implementing them.
So don't just say, I follow the rules.
Right. Be specific about your process for ensuring compliance. Do you conduct regular safety checks? Enforce the use of personal protective equipment?
Do you actively participate in safety training programs? Or even contribute to, developing safety procedures?
Highlight those. And if you hold any certifications related to safety management, be sure to mention those as well. A possible follow-up question here could be, can you describe a situation where you identified a potential safety hazard and the steps you took to address it?
Yeah, be ready to showcase your vigilance, your commitment to maintaining a safe work environment, and your ability to act decisively when safety is at stake.
Exactly. Now, let's shift our focus to teamwork with question 8. How do you collaborate with other team members to optimize the pulp control process?
They're really assessing your teamwork and communication skills here. Can you work effectively with others, share information, and contribute to, a positive and productive team environment?
Provide specific examples of how you've collaborated with others in the past. Maybe you worked with a team to implement a new process improvement, Or you had to troubleshoot a complex production issue.
Yeah, highlight your ability to listen to other people's perspectives, communicate your ideas clearly, and really contribute to the team's overall success.
Exactly. And if you've held any leadership roles, even informal ones, mention those as well.
They want to see that you can not only be a team player, but also step up and take initiative when needed.
Yeah. A potential follow-up question might be, describe a time when you faced a conflict with a team member and how you resolved it.
It's a great opportunity to showcase your conflict resolution skills.
Yeah.
And your ability to just maintain a, harmonious and productive work environment.
Right. Now, for our final question in this section, we have one that focuses on leadership. How do you manage and motivate your team members to achieve production goals?
Now, this is a question that's often asked for more senior level positions, but it's good to be prepared for it, even if you're applying for an entry-level role. They want to see that you have the potential to be a leader and that you understand what it takes to motivate others.
Exactly. What's your approach to setting clear expectations, providing support and guidance, recognizing achievements, and fostering a, positive work environment?
Yeah. Think of a time when you had to motivate a team member who was struggling, or when you helped a team overcome a challenge to reach a shared goal.
A possible follow-up might be, describe a time when you had to motivate a team member who was struggling to meet their goals. Be you ready to showcase your empathy, your ability to provide constructive feedback, lastly, and your commitment to helping your team members succeed.
Phew. We just tackled 9 interview questions. Before we move on to the next part of our deep dive, let's talk about how RoleCatcher can help you go beyond just knowing the questions.
Yeah, their AI-powered tools can really give you an edge. One feature that's incredibly valuable is their AI feedback tool, which helps you tailor your answers to specific job roles.
It's like having a personalized interview coach.
Yeah.
Analyzing the job description and providing insights into the key skills and qualities that the employer is looking for.
Exactly. It helps you craft those responses that resonate with the specific company and role that you're targeting. And remember, it's not just about what you say, it's also how you say it.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your tone, your word choice, even your body language during mock interviews to help you project confidence and authenticity.
Yeah, it's an incredible resource for taking your interview prep to that next level.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
In part 2 of our deep dive, we're going to explore the typical career path for a Pulp Control operator, discuss some potential specializations, and highlight the value of those certifications. Stay tuned.
See you there. Welcome back. Hope you're feeling ready to explore those exciting career paths that await you as a Pulp Control operator.
Absolutely. We just finished tackling those 9 common interview questions, which I know can feel kind of intense. But I'm excited to kind of shift our focus to the bigger picture. What does a typical career trajectory look like in this field?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's definitely something you should be ready to discuss in your interview. Employers want to see that you're not just looking for a job, but that you're really thinking about a long-term career with growth potential.
Right. It shows ambition and that desire to learn and advance within the company. So where do we even begin?
Well, RoleCatcher's career guide outlines a pretty clear progression, starting with entry level, then moving through junior, senior lead, and ultimately senior lead Pulp Control operator positions.
It's like climbing a ladder, gaining more skills, responsibilities, leadership opportunities as you climb.
Exactly. Think of it this way. As an entry-level operator, you're kind of like an apprentice, learning the ropes from those seasoned professionals. You'll be shadowing, assisting with machine operation, maintenance, just absorbing all that knowledge.
So it's very hands-on, building a solid foundation for your future growth.
Absolutely. And from there, you transition to junior Pulp Control operator. You start to kind of spread your wings a bit more. You'll be operating and monitoring machinery more independently, troubleshooting those minor issues, even assisting and training new operators.
So you're not just doing the work, you're also starting to share your knowledge.
Yeah.
And contribute to the development of others.
Exactly. And as you progress to a senior Pulp Control operator, you're tackling those more complex challenges, you're troubleshooting those really tricky equipment malfunctions, implementing those process improvements, mentoring junior colleagues.
You become that go-to expert on the production floor, the one everybody turns to for advice and guidance.
Exactly. And for those who are really driven and aspire to those leadership roles, there's that path to those lead and senior lead positions.
Okay, so what kind of responsibilities would you have at those higher levels?
At those levels, you'd be overseeing entire teams, developing standard operating procedures, driving continuous improvement initiatives, collaborating with management on, like, production plans.
Wow, so there's a clear pathway for growth and leadership in this field. And that's something I want to emphasize to our listeners. During your interview, don't hesitate to express, your ambition to learn, to grow, to potentially take on those leadership roles in the future.
Yeah, it shows that you're, invested in your career and that you're thinking long term.
Now, I know the guide also mentions specializations within the field. Can you tell us more about those?
Of course, as you gain experience, you might find yourself like drawn to certain areas, right? Some operators, for example, they choose to specialize in quality control, becoming like the guardians of consistency, ensuring that pulp meets those, really high standards.
They're the ones who, scrutinize every batch, making sure that the quality is top-notch and that any potential issues are addressed.
Exactly. Others might be drawn to, the more intricate details of machinery, so they specialize in equipment maintenance.
Keeping that production line running smoothly, troubleshooting those complex mechanical issues, implementing preventative maintenance strategies to, minimize any downtime.
Precisely. And these specializations, they can open up like exciting career opportunities. You might lead a quality control team, transition into a maintenance supervisor role, or even move into, a more technical role, like process engineering.
It's great to know that there's room for specialization and growth within the field. Now, the guide also emphasized the value of certifications. We touched on it briefly earlier. Can you elaborate on why those are so important?
Absolutely. Certifications, they demonstrate your commitment to your professional development, right? And they validate your expertise. They really show potential employers that you've gone that extra mile to enhance your skills and knowledge.
Yeah, it's like adding those official seals of approval to your resume, boosting your credibility and making you stand out.
Exactly. And for pulp control operators, there are 3 key certifications that RoleCatcher highlights. The Pulp and Paper Technician certification. That provides a broad understanding of the entire pulp production process, covering, everything from raw materials to quality control.
So it's like a great foundation for anybody new entering the field.
Exactly. Then there's the Process Operator certification. That focuses on the skills needed to operate and monitor those, complex control systems that are used in modern pulp mills.
So this one's perfect for someone who's interested in the more technical aspects of the role.
Exactly. And for those who are really passionate about equipment maintenance, there's the Industrial Maintenance Technician certification that covers everything from troubleshooting and repair to preventative maintenance and safety procedures.
So depending on your career goals, your interests, pursuing one or more of these certifications can really give you that competitive advantage.
Yeah, they show that you're invested in your career and you're committed to staying, ahead of the game in the industry.
Now, I know we've been focusing a lot on the traditional career path and specializations, but I'm curious, how is technology, specifically AI, shaping the role of a pulp control operator?
Oh, that's a great question. AI and automation are, transforming the manufacturing industry rapidly, and pulp and paper is definitely no exception.
So are robots going to be taking over our jobs?
Not exactly. AI is more about augmenting human capabilities, not replacing them. It's about creating a more efficient, data-driven, and sustainable production process.
Okay, that's reassuring. But how will this, impact the day-to-day work of a pulp control operator?
Well, imagine this. You're in that control room, surrounded by screens displaying all that real-time data from sensors all over the mill, and AI algorithms are analyzing all this data, identifying potential issues before they even occur, and recommending adjustments to optimize that whole process.
So it's like having a virtual assistant helping you make better decisions faster.
Exactly. And those AI-powered systems can also automate a lot of routine tasks, freeing you up to focus on more complex, problem-solving and process optimization.
That sounds amazing. But wouldn't that require, new skills?
Absolutely. To thrive in this new era of AI-driven manufacturing, pulp control operators are going to need to be, adaptable, tech-savvy, and they're going to need a strong understanding of data analytics.
So it's not just about operating those machines. It's about understanding the data behind the process and using AI to make those informed decisions.
Exactly. And this is where continuous learning and, professional development become even more critical. Staying up to date with the latest in AI and automation, it's going to be essential for staying competitive in the job market.
So if you're thinking about a career as a pulp control operator,
Yeah.
embrace the technology. It's not something to fear. It's an opportunity to enhance your skills and be a part of, shaping the future of the industry.
I totally agree. Now, before we move on to the last part of our deep dive, where we'll focus on crafting those resumes and cover letters, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher and how those AI-powered tools can really help you prepare for that interview.
Yes, their AI feedback tool is a game changer. It analyzes your answers to those, common interview questions, and it gives you personalized insights to help you refine those responses and present yourself, in the best possible light.
Yeah, it's like having that virtual coach guiding you through each step of the process, helping you identify areas for improvement and, build your confidence.
So whether it's like fine-tuning your answers, practicing your delivery, or getting feedback on your body language, RoleCatcher's AI can give you that extra edge.
It's an invaluable resource for anyone preparing for that Pulp Control Operator interview.
Okay, let's take a quick breather, and then we'll come back for that final part of our deep dive, where we'll equip you with the knowledge and the strategies to create those application materials that'll make those hiring managers take notice. Okay, we're back. For the final act of our Pulp Control Operator interview prep, steep dive. We've covered the role, the questions, that whole career path, even how AI is kind of like changing the game.
Yeah, and now it's time to make sure that your application materials are just as impressive. It's like the grand finale, where all that preparation comes together.
I like that analogy. So let's talk resumes and cover letters. What are the key ingredients for making them stand out, in that stack of applications?
Okay, first and foremost, tailor, tailor, tailor. Generic resumes and cover letters, they rarely make an impression. You want to showcase how your skills and experiences align with the requirements of each job that you apply for.
So it all starts with a deep dive into that job description. Like, what keywords are they using? What skills and experiences are they emphasizing?
Exactly. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI tools can really help. Their CV Resume Builder, it analyzes that job description and suggests those relevant keywords and skills to incorporate into your materials.
It's like having a secret weapon to make sure your resume gets noticed, by both the human recruiters and those AI-powered screening systems.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's talk content. For your resume, start with a strong summary statement that highlights your key qualifications and career goals. Think of it as like your elevator pitch. Concise, compelling, and tailored for that role.
So instead of just listing your previous job titles, you're painting that picture of who you are as a professional and what you bring to the table.
Exactly. And when you're describing your work experience, focus on your achievements and those, quantifiable results, rather than just listing those responsibilities. So instead of saying operated machinery, say, increased production efficiency by 15% by implementing a new process optimization strategy.
Show them what you're capable of. Numbers and concrete examples speak volumes.
Absolutely. And don't forget to highlight those certifications. They show your commitment to, professional development and your expertise in the field.
It's like adding those badges of honor to your resume.
Yeah.
Showcasing that dedication. Now, let's move on to the cover letter. What are some key tips there?
Okay. The cover letter is your chance to, tell your story, connect with the hiring manager on a more personal level, use it to expand on your, passion for the field, your relevant experiences, and what excites you about this opportunity.
So it's not just a rehash of the resume. It's an opportunity to show your personality, your genuine interest in that company, and the role.
Exactly. And make sure to address those specific requirements, demonstrate how your skills and experiences align with what they're looking for.
Show them that you've done the research. You're not just sending out those generic applications.
Yes. And don't be afraid to, show a little personality in your writing. Let that enthusiasm shine through.
It's about finding that sweet spot between professionalism and your own voice.
Exactly. And then close that cover letter with a, strong call to action. Express your eagerness to learn more, your availability for an interview.
Leave them wanting more. Okay, so we've covered a lot in this deep dive. Mastering those interview questions, to crafting those compelling resumes and cover letters. We talked about how AI is shaping the future, how tools like RoleCatcher can give you an edge.
Yeah, remember, preparation is key. Research that role, the company, the industry. Practice those answers. Craft those materials to showcase your best self.
Confidence comes from knowing your stuff. With the insights and strategies we've discussed today, you'll be ready to walk into that interview and impress.
Absolutely. Believe in yourself, showcase your passion, highlight those qualities that make you the ideal candidate.
And one final thought as you're preparing for this, think about a time when you successfully solved like a technical problem. Maybe it involved machinery or a complex process. How can you weave that story into your answers? Demonstrate those problem-solving skills, your
Yeah.
ability to think on your feet, and that commitment to finding solutions.
It's those real-life examples that bring it all to life, make you memorable.
Good luck. We're rooting for you.
You got this.